What up, what up, what up, what up? It's me, L Teddy 27.
Good night, right about the hood.
Oh, dear God, I'm already eating a drink. Look a damn mess, just a damn mess. No means no, and yes means no. What's good, people? What's up? It's me, L Teddy 27, and I'm back. This is the start of the NFL season, people. It is the NFL Week 1. This is our fantasy football must starts. Now, this is how this works. Every week I come and I give you fantasy football. I will give you 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, 3 wide receivers, and 3 quarterbacks that you should start. And then I'll give you one sleeper for each category. I'm not going to give you a defense or a kicker, because if you have more than one defense or more than one kicker on your fantasy roster, then the problem is you and not me. Okay. I will don my bow tie every week, and last year I wore this blue hat every week. Let's see if I do it again this year. Anyway, at the end I will also give you 2 of L Teddy 27's fantasies, people that we just want to look at. Anyway, but yeah, I'm pretty good on the fantasy. Been doing this since 2000. I'm not in as many leagues this year because all of us are kind of scared because of COVID. This tie didn't come out right this time. Anyway, we're all kind of scared about everything because of COVID. So I will say that my first piece of advice for fantasy this year: be aware of COVID. Be ready to go through the waiver wires and comb the waiver wires for people who can help you out in a pinch when you got a week where somebody went down with COVID all of a sudden. So my sleepers this year may turn out to be very important to some of you all, because you might really need to comb the waiver wires and find somebody in a pinch that, because of a last minute, sit, or a last minute injury, or last minute, person that was deemed ineligible, you might need one. So, yeah. Anyway, hope y'all like the shirt tie combination this week. I don't know. All right. So, let's start off with our quarterbacks. Now, quarterbacks for this week are going to be, our must starts this week are going to be Carson Wentz of the Philadelphia Eagles and Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. Now, I like Carson Wentz week 1 because it's early. The Philadelphia Eagles have not had an opportunity to get the injury bug. All last season they were injury prone. I never trust Washington's defense until they give me a reason to trust them. So I expect, and they have a lot of depth out there in Philadelphia in their receiving core. He's getting Deshaun Jackson back, at least week 1 before he gets hurt. And so, like I said, you want to start Carson Wentz this week because the injury bug hasn't hit the Eagles yet. So I like them against the Redskins. Then you got Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills against, Carson Wentz is away at Washington. Josh Allen is also away at the New York Jets. Now, Josh Allen had a sneaky good year last year. A lot of people really did. Some of us did pay attention to Josh Allen, but a lot of people didn't. Josh Allen had a sneaky, very good year last year, fantasy-wise. So I expect that to continue. We know he has the benefit of Stephon Diggs over there now. And so I expect him to put up good numbers. I would start Josh Allen this week at the New York Jets. New York Jets are still pretty deplorable over there on defense. So I look for Josh Allen to have a good game. My sleeper this week is going to be Tyrod Taylor. This is the week that you want to see what he's going to do, or maybe pick him up as a QB2, because he's playing against Cincinnati, who doesn't have a great defense. And we want to see, I think that they're going to let him air it out just to see what he could do versus a defense like Cincinnati. So I like Tyrod Taylor out there with the Los Angeles Chargers. I still want to say San Diego Chargers, but Los Angeles Chargers. All right, so Tyrod Taylor, he's my sleeper. For my tight ends, my first must start is Dallas Goddard. I never know how to pronounce his last name. I'm telling you, I hate his last name. But Dallas Goddard of the Philadelphia Eagles, they're going to be at Washington. I like what he can do. You know, the Eagles offense loves or prefers the tight end. So I like him to do well this week. I also like um Hunter Henry of the Los Angeles Chargers, and they are away at Cincinnati. Now, I told you Tyrod Taylor, they're going to see what he can do. You know, tight ends are always a safety net when you are questioning your quarterback. So I like Hunter Henry to do well out there for the Los Angeles Chargers while they're playing at Cincinnati. My sleeper this week, now I know this is a deep, deep sleeper, and it's really a coin flip. And you know, with tight end, generally there aren't a whole lot of tight ends you must start. It's really difficult. And let me put out this disclaimer: all of my must starts are not people who we don't have to question. I'm gonna try not to give you somebody that you shouldn't even question. A QB1, wide receiver 1, RB1, tight end 1. I'm not going to give you those because you're going to start those every week. You drafted them in the first 2 to 3 rounds of your fantasy league, so I don't have to tell you to start them. But we're looking so much more at the QB2 or a waiver wire pickup for a QB, a tight end 2 or waiver wire pickup for a tight end. Definitely running back 2 or 3, wide receiver 2 or 3, not the ones. Okay. So my sleeper for tight end is going to be Eric Ebron, who is now with Pittsburgh. Used to be with Detroit, but he's with Pittsburgh. I understand that Pittsburgh loves a lot of 2 tight end sets, and I know Pittsburgh paid McDonald all of that money, but from what we've been seeing in training camp and hearing out of the Pittsburgh camp, they really like what Eric Ebron has been doing. So I'm not saying he's going to be, money in the bank, but who knows, in a pinch, he can get you, maybe a goal line stance, or reception or something like that. That's Eric Ebron. For my running backs this week, we have Raheem Mostert of my beloved 49ers. I'm a 49er fan. Oh, I'm sorry. Eric Ebron. Pittsburgh Steelers are away at the New York Giants. Sorry about that. But back to running backs. Running backs, I have Raheem Mostert. He is with my beloved San Francisco 49ers, and they are at home versus the Arizona Cardinals. Even though we have a committee of running backs with Tevin Campbell over there, and I can't think of the third one. My mind just had a brain fart. But anyway, I still feel that they're going to feature Raheem Mostert, especially with what he did last season and them paying him all that money and so forth. My next running back is going to be Jonathan Taylor of the Indianapolis Colts, and they are away at Jacksonville. Now, I know you're going to tell me Marlon Mack. Yes, Marlon Mack is there, but I look for Jonathan Taylor to take some significant touches away from Marlon Mack. So he's the young guy. So look for Jonathan Taylor to do some things for you if you need an RB3. If you're in or a good flex. And they're at Jacksonville. Jacksonville has been decimated on the defensive front. And this is somebody who you need to start. Boston Scott of Philadelphia. And we know Philadelphia is at Washington. Now, Miles Sanders is out. So Boston Scott is slated to get the start there. Go ahead and start him. I would start him over quite a few people this week, okay? Boston Scott of the Philadelphia Eagles. My sleeper this week is going to be Chris Thompson of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they are at home versus Indianapolis Colts. Now, Jacksonville got rid of Leonard Fournette. Somebody got to get the ball. In a pinch, I would look to start Chris Thompson, an alumnus of my beloved Florida State Seminoles, but I would look to start Chris Thompson. At receiver, he's a sleeper. At receiver, We have DJ Moore of the Carolina Panthers. They are at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. It sounds so weird saying Las Vegas Raiders, but Las Vegas Raiders. But yes, I like DJ Moore. Now with Teddy Bridgewater out there in Carolina, I like what DJ Moore may do with Teddy Bridgewater out there. So start DJ Moore of the Carolina Panthers. Next, I like Stephon Diggs. We talked about Josh Allen in Buffalo. We know what Stephon Diggs can do. This may be my last week mentioning Stephon Diggs because I figure him to have a big year this year. So he's going to end up being a must. I could see him being a must start every week where I don't have to mention him to you. You just know to start him. So Stephon Diggs this week. And then finally, DJ Metcalf of the Seattle Seahawks, and they are at Atlanta. You know, Atlanta, it's Atlanta. They give up a lot of points to receivers. So look to get DK Metcalf in your starting lineups. He plays for the Seattle Seahawks. Our sleeper for wide receiver this week is going to be Henry Ruggs. Oh my God, I did not write down. Y'all, I got to do better. I'll be better next week. God, and I had this, didn't I, for my receiver. So Henry Ruggs plays. Oh man, he plays for the Raiders. I'm sorry, Henry Ruggs plays for the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Las Vegas Raiders are at Carolina. So I figure that he should do well. He should do well. He's a rookie, and I like for them to get him involved early and often. He's been from everything out of camp great. He has a good rapport out there with Carr. So look to start Henry Ruggs the third. Wow, can't believe I messed that up. Anyway, I love my videos because they always have these bloopers in them. You'll love them too. Anyway, so now we are prepared. Those are all of our must starts and sleepers this week. So let's now get prepared for our El Teddy 27's fantasies. And these are our fantasies, the people who we just want to see for all of the right reasons. Last season, I made you do all of the research and go look for them. This season, I'm going to help you out. So I'm going to put up pictures of them so you don't have to go look for them. So our first fantasy is going to be a running back out of Los Angeles Chargers, none other than Austin Eckler. Oh, yeah. Austin Eckler. A little light bright for you. You know, a little light bright there for you. Tats and all. Nice body. Anyway, Austin Eckler. Our second fantasy for this week. Fantasies. This week is going to be none other than Dwayne Haskins, a quarterback out of Washington. Normally, we don't have quarterbacks on this list, but we got a quarterback on this list for our fantasy. So Dwayne Haskins out of Washington, the Washington football team. Do they have a name yet? I don't even know if they have a name. Anyway, he's a quarterback. You can see him. Pictures should be somewhere around me. Anyway, that's all we got this week, y'all. We'll be back next week for week 2. Please, in the comment sections, or I'll put my my email address and my social media in the description box. Or if you have questions about starts and sits for any week coming up, go ahead and shoot me a message or email or something like that. Even if you're into FanDuel and things like that, and you want to know who to start, weekly on your FanDuel and stuff like that, hit me up. I help a lot of people with that kind of stuff. Make you some money. So go ahead and hit me up if you want. Until then, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.